Mark Pope, after his loss to Georgetown, had a lot of quotes. We got some other videos up on the channel talking about some of those other quotes. But another one that stuck out to us was talking about how Kentucky was out physical the whole night, according to Mark Pope, by Georgetown. They really picked on us. First things first, Mark Pope, right. As I was watching this game, that's all I could think about is how Georgetown was smothering Kentucky.
Yeah.
Like they, for lack of a more like nuance and maybe like taking it a little above and beyond here, Georgetown looked like they were playing a lower level team, how they imposed their physicality on Kentucky, which is unacceptable. Which is why in another video we talked about how Mark Pope said he wouldn't sleep, and this is the worst thing in the world. That's why this is the worst thing in the world. His Kentucky team didn't just get beat, they got out physicaled by Georgetown. They picked on us. That's a crazy thing that's happened to your team. It's something you don't want to happen to your team. You can live with wins and losses. You can't be out physical, especially after the summer when you're talking about, oh yeah, the difference between this year and last year's team. This team's more aggressive and more physical. And at the first sight of having to be physical, you get out physical by Georgetown. Dion, is this a one game thing? You don't expect to happen more? Like they get the starters back, they're more physical. Where you at with the getting out physical portion of this quote?
I'm a big wait a month guy before I like fully define a team because like I wasn't on the Purdue Kentucky recap, but if I was on it, I'd be talking about how I think Kentucky's like the most physical team in the country. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And then they go out and they get out physical by Georgetown. Maybe Georgetown's just like an extreme, you know what I'm saying? Like an extremely physical team. And like two of the most physical teams in the country just went toe to toe and one out physical the other, if that makes sense. Like I feel like this easily could just be a Georgetown is really physical thing instead of like a Kentucky has a physicality problem. I do think the guards got picked on though. And granted, whatever, however many, like two of them were injured and or didn't play. So like, yeah, I guess that would be like the excuse. But I mean, the guards absolutely got picked on. I think the bigs got out physical. I think all that's true. I don't know that I'm ready to define it as like Kentucky issues versus just like, hey, maybe Georgetown's got some stuff here. I love KJ Lewis. When he transferred from Arizona, I was very, very high on KJ Lewis. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't know where I fall on that one. I don't think I'm ready to define it as a problem though.
Yeah, I don't think it's a problem either. It's in these exhibitions as well as we overreact. I also just like pick little things here that I want to monitor, right? Like I see this team do this. All right, when the regular season hits, give me like 2, 3 weeks, a
Yeah.
month to your point, and let's monitor that. I'm just gonna monitor the fact that Georgetown out physicaled Kentucky at Rupp, even if it was down three starters, it being Georgetown. Because look, I've been watching stuff from Florida. Now Florida's one of the best teams in the country. That front court, you don't want to have a physical with them. No, don't do that. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. That's crazy. Don't talk about my Gator boys in my face like that, please.
Ortega, the whole game. That's all Ortega's doing. Oh, Boogie? Okay. Oh, the Princeton dude's on me.
Nah, Thomas Hoggs got that on lock.
Thomas Hogg was like molasses.
No, Ortega doesn't want that. With that said, we're moving on here. I just think that it's something that was visible on TV when watching it, and even watching Kentucky fans' reactions. I was able to get a sense that everyone kind of saw them get out physical in this game, and for a team that is as I guess this is another thing for me. You can't I guess you can't what's the word I want to use? You can't like be putting your depth first and foremost and then not be a physical team. You have so many guys that can play on this team. You don't have to worry about getting gassed, in my opinion. You can play balls to the wall at all times. Now, it's an exhibition game, Dion. I know you're going to tell me that, and they don't have to. You told me Otega didn't want to be there. So maybe that's a thing. But I just think that it's not it's something I'm monitoring. I think this team is more physical, is more aggressive given the personnel. But is that just coach speak? I've seen it, or is it actual when it gets down to game time? Do you think, I guess I'll ask you this. Do you think this team is a physical, aggressive team?
Kentucky?
Yeah.
Current state of Kentucky,
Yeah.
I'm assuming.
Or just even moving forward in general.
I think if JQ is your four, which I do believe JQ is going to play the four, I think that's a very, very physical team. Like that's a team that's like ready to bully you. Like JQ and Malachi front court, or JQ Mo Diabate. I guess in that case, JQ would be the five. JQ Garrison with an Ortega, Aberdeen low, 1 through 3. Like those three are gonna like maybe not low, but like two of those three are gonna try to pick you up as early as possible. You got JQ waiting on you in the paint. I think at that point you have five big rotation because my dog Big Jelly's involved in this too, and everybody has 5 fouls to use. I think that is part of physicality that like is a little missing when you're injured. You can't use your fouls, so you have to be a little less physical naturally. But overall, like, I mean, I'm monitoring three heavy things from these exhibitions. One of them is Kentucky the best team in the country, or are they top like 10 to 15? And I think the physicality and the shooting plays a role in that.
Did I
I'm
just hear?
monitoring
Did I
Purdue.
did I just hear Big Jelly? I couldn't even move past that.
Yeah, it's my dog, Big Jelly. That's what
We're
I call
having a
him.
physicality conversation. You brought a Big Jelly.
Shooter. Like I'm not ready to call him a shooter just yet, but he's a shooter.
We'll have to see how it goes. Look, I think the main takeaway from this is it's just something we're monitoring moving forward. We're going to monitor it moving forward. I think this team is physical enough. I think this team is aggressive enough. Maybe this is a wake-up call. Maybe it's just an exhibition game. I don't know. Chalk it up to that. But I got a list of monitoring points that will be available to anyone who wants to see them. And this is on that list. Dion, I know you got a long list.
I do. I'm also monitoring Purdue. Those are my dogs, 3 units. But like you have to be that IU indie game was not great.
Do we think
Res-
anyone's monitoring us?
Unfortunately I think a lot of people are.
That's not good.
Yeah, we don't want to be monitored. Like
We
we
ha
want to shy away from that.
we have a lot of, is it kinks in the armor?
Uh, I like to refer to us as rough around the edges.
I'm for sure rough around the edges. Definitely rough around the edges. But something to watch. Look, the one thing I'll say out of all these quotes from Mark Pope, just to end this, not like I'm coming up with some crazy information here, but like he knows his team. He knows his team. He knows what he's seeing. And there's a time when Kentucky fans complained about how their coach addressed things in situations like this. Mark Pope has no problem dressing him, and I honestly don't think he'll have any problem fixing it because I think this team can be physical, and this team can be a team that doesn't get picked on. You can't beat Kentucky and get picked on. That's crazy and disrespectful. Honestly, I would post that message even from my own coach and be like, "That's crazy. You're saying I'm getting picked on." Because you got to take that shit to heart if you're getting picked on. That's wild. That means they think you're weak.
I mean, respectfully, Mac and KJ Lewis were just. You remember like that Olympic Dream Team video where Pippen and Jordan were just taking turns on Kukoc because they were like,
Yeah.
"Yo, this dude's on my team, no shot." That's what Mac and Lewis were doing all game. Like, yeah, here you go, you got him. Okay, oh, he wants to guard you. Here you go. They were definitely picking on Kentucky a little bit. I don't know. I'm monitoring Kentucky. I do want to say this though. I think we should monitor Georgetown too. I mean, you've been very high on Georgetown like the whole offseason. There's a world Carter just might have been right. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Whoa.
you might have just been right on Georgetown. And like, people just have to admit that.
I'm ending the video right there. That's all I gotta say. Hey, shout out to Mark Pope. Look, they'll bounce back. Exhibition game. It'll be all right. Just like Purdue's gonna be all right, so is Kentucky.